Hey, welcome back to Mustache Moto. In this video we are going to replace a tire, a motorcycle tire. Hopefully you've watched my last video which talks about 7 different ways to break the bead on the tire. So the bead's already broken on this. We're going to remove this tire and put the new one on. So it's a warm day, it's sunny, I'm going to break a sweat probably, but that's the perfect time to change tires because you want them out in the sun. You want them to get nice and warm so they're a little more flexible. A stiff tire is really hard to bend enough to get off. So we've got a couple of tools we're going to be using. One thing we use is some silicone spray. This is my favorite lubricant for helping the tire slip on and off. Some people use Windex, some people use soapy water. I think that there's a little too much moisture. I don't want that sitting around in my rim inside the tire for a long time. So I use silicone spray. We've got tire levers, a few different sizes, paper towels, and then to protect our rim, they make products you can buy to protect the rim, but the thing that works the best for me is a cut-up laundry detergent bottle. So it's nice, thick plastic, but it's still flexible, and it does a great job of getting in between the rim and the tire and protecting that rim so you don't scratch it up. So let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to start on the side with the valve. That's where we're going to take it off first, because the inner part of the tire needs to slip down into the center of the rim to be able to come off, and the tire pressure monitor takes up some space there. So we're going to avoid that and go from this side. So let's go ahead, and I'm going to put in a couple of tire protectors there. Use my smaller spoons. You notice they're hooked, so I'm going to put them down so I can kind of hook that bead of the tire. So go ahead and get that one in. Second one, pop that one out. Then I'm gonna just bring this up and over. And if you notice, let me go ahead and get the second side. When I'm doing that, this tire is folding down into the rim. You can even push that down more and help it if you want, but it may not be necessary. Let me put in another piece here. I'll take out the center one. Pop this in. I'm going to hold this so it doesn't pop up on me. And there we go. It's pretty much released now. That's all the way off. Now for the other side, I find it much easier to bring the wheel up like this. Then I can put my weight on the tire. So you can, I'll show you the dish there afterwards. So we're going to take this, I'm going to slide it in. Take a tire lever. I'm going to use my big one, I think. Hook that in. And then we're going to pop this all the way over and back. Like that. Now what I need to do is just pry on the edge here. Put that in. And I'm using my hook towards the rim this time. Like that. Let's push it down. Okay, I just dropped that, so let me just grab another soap bottle, put that there. There we go. For the rest of it, I should be able to just pull. There we go, voila. Get that out of the way. Now let me show you, I mentioned the dish in the rim. You see how low it gets here? The tire, when it's in use, the bead sits here. We broke that by popping it down some. But then when we're taking the tire off, we need to make sure to keep that bead in this part of the tire, and that allows the tire to shift over and have enough space to come off on the other side. So now we got to put a new tire on. Go grab that. Sit my rim out of the way. All right, my new tire's been sitting in the sun, so it's a little bit more pliable. I'm going to use the zip tie method. What we need to do is keep these beads close together so they can fit in that valley, in the dish of the rim. And this is a Michelin Anarchy Adventure. It's a stiff tire, it's hard. And I only weigh 125 pounds, so I don't have enough weight to while I'm working on it to push down and really compress this. So I need help. If you weigh, you know, 180, 200, you might be able to do that. I can't. So what I did is got 3 of these really big zip ties. And we're gonna put one on. Then I'm gonna crush this down and tighten the zip tie. All right, maybe even a little tighter than that. Turn it about that far. Put on another one. Crush it down. Turn it again. And crush it down. That should be good. All right. Let's go back to the rim. So, first thing we need to do is make sure we know the rotation that the rim's going to be making on the wheel, on the bike, because the tire is rotational, it's got an arrow, and they have to go the same direction. I always think that I'm looking at the bike and it's going to go this way. So that's the right rotation. Put that down. Either you can look at your disc or you can on the single-sided swing arm. You know, I know which side mounts onto that. Some tires actually have an arrow indicator too, so if you have that, keep an eye on it. And now on the tire, there will be a rotational indicator somewhere on it. Let's see. Rotation goes this way. So that means it goes this way. This is really important. I can't tell you how much of a pain in the butt it is to actually get a tire all the way on and then figure out that you've done it wrong. Real pain in the butt. All right, so we're gonna start again opposite of the valve stem. One other thing to be aware of. This is a Michelin. It doesn't have any indicator or dot on it for the light point of the tire, but most tires will have a little red or yellow dot somewhere on the sidewall. That's the lightest part of the tire, and you want to mount that directly next to the valve stem, which is the heaviest part of the rim. That'll give you a much more balanced wheel to begin with, fewer weights on it. Michelin doesn't do that, so we're not going to worry about it. First thing I'm going to do is put some silicone lubricant all the way around both sides of the rim, of the bead, and then also on the rim. All right, I'm going to double check my rotation. Yep, that's right. Okay, so I'm going to push down and put the zip-tied part on first. And it slides deep into the rim here. Keep going. And then I'm just going to jump on it. Just hump it. Ready? All right, so that's the first bead is all the way on. The second isn't quite, so make sure it's pushed in. Get it as far as you can. Then we go to the spoons. So let me slide in a piece of plastic on each side. Put in a spoon. Would help to have 3 hands, but I don't. So if you don't have the zip ties, you'd put your knees here and you'd really smash that tire down. But with the zip tie, we don't have to do that. Look at this. Done. Man, those zip ties make it easy. This is something I just recently learned, and I absolutely love it. So I'm going to use, you could just cut these zip ties, throw them away, buy a new one. They're a little expensive, so if you put a screwdriver in behind the little tab, let's see if I can get it, show you what I mean. There, wedge the screwdriver in, that comes off, oops, it slipped out. And then you just pull it out. One more. Helps if you pull a little bit on the zip tie and get the tension. There we go. We got a tire on. All right, so next, I had already put the valve core in, so we just need to inflate the tire and let that bead seat, have it pop all the way out. All right, so we need to seat the bead, and that takes a good rush of air. Your regular 12-volt cigarette lighter type compressor isn't going to be quick enough, not put out enough air to really seat that bead. It'll just keep leaking out. So you can use a gas station maybe, or a compressor at home, or the CO2 inflators. Those are a quick rush of air, and they'll pop it in. So I'm going to put it vertical. That usually tends to work better for me. Let's see if we can get it. There we go. And you can feel the tire move, and we're going to listen for it to pop on. One, two. We got it. So it's fully on. We're going to check. There's a little ring of rubber around here. We're going to make sure it's evenly spaced around the rim. That shows that it's all the way on. This side too. You got tire mounted. You're ready to roll. So next steps, we're going to balance the tire, and then at that point we can put it back on the bike. Thanks for joining me. Hope you've now got the confidence to change your own tires, save yourself some money, and save yourself time of going back and forth to the shop.